Hey, what's up, y'all? So Arenavincent back up in here exploring life like always. You know it's time for 2025 Indoor Football League. That's the IFL Indoor Football League playoffs, round two predictions or conference championship round. Yes, round two of the Indoor Football League is the conference championship round. Western Conference champion and an Eastern Conference champion will be crowned, and they will go on to play for their Indoor Football League 2025 National Championship. But controversy in round one. I'm going to give you my round one thoughts. My round one prediction results and thoughts. Shout out to the Indoor Football League. They are the major leagues of the arena football. Remember, arena football, whole court, the Kurt Warner, where he came from, and all that. They were down and out. They did come back last year. The AFL did, and now they're back again this year. But they lost the rights to the AFL or something, so it's a different name. But anyway, we're talking about the indoor football. The Indoor Football League has been a steady league, been around for more than 15 years already. So I became a fan once again since 2000. I want to say 2011 or 2013. I've been a fan of the Indoor Football League ever since I've discovered the Nebraska Danger. The Nebraska Danger do not play anymore. The owners put that team up for sale 2019, and then COVID hit. So the last season for the Nebraska Danger was 2018. But I've been following the Indoor Football League. I understand. The only bad thing I have to say about the Indoor Football League, I understand why you do a service to provide to watch the games. Before, they used to post all their games on YouTube for free live. You can watch them live. They don't do that no more. They only give a live look in, and it goes up about maybe 20 minutes, or maybe you get to watch the first series of each team. And that's about it. So that's the only bad thing I would say about the Indoor Football League is the fact that they do have a service that they charge now, so you can watch all the games live and even go back and rewatch them. But they do that. They do have highlight packages that they post on YouTube and everything like that. So that's the only down thing I would say. But again, they're a company. They're trying to make money, trying to stay, trying to make revenue, because that's what makes these leagues last. Is basically, sadly, it's about this business. So it's about making money. For the most part, unless they have a owner or operator that has billions of dollars and doesn't give a shit if they're making money or not, But anyway, let's get back into it. Support these leagues. Let's get back at round one controversy. We'll talk at towards the end of it, and then I'll give you my round two picks. All right, round one. As you know, first docket games on docket, Quad City Steamwheelers versus Jacksonville Sharks. Your homie Arenavincent had the Quad City Steamwheelers to win that game. Again, no cheating here. And they did. Quad City Steamwheelers won 57-41, defeating the Jacksonville Sharks. They move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, or Eastern Conference Championship game. Next on the docket in the Eastern Conference, it was a Green Bay Blizzard taking on the Tulsa Oilers. Your homie Arenavincent got that pick correct. Again, I went with the Green Bay Blizzards to take care of the job, and they did 58-26. And then in the West, the Western Conference was crazy, drama-filled, close games. In the West, it was the the Vegas Nighthawks taking on the Bay Area Panthers, one of my favorite teams of the Indoor Football League. And the Bay Area Panthers got it done. No, they did not. They lost 31-36. I got that pick wrong. The Nighthawks won 36-31. That game, I did watch the live look-in a couple days after the actual game, and the Vegas Nighthawks came out swinging. The defense stopped the Bay Area Panthers. The Bay Area Panthers tried to kick a field goal, basically punting it. That's like the punting in the Indoor Football League. But they kick a field goal, but the Nighthawks came out on their first drive, drove down the field and won and scored a touchdown. And then it ended right there. and then it ended. What I mean by that, they cut the service and said you got to go to the indoorfootballleague.com and pay to watch the games. Unless they're doing it for free. I haven't checked it out, but it is what it is. But I got that pick wrong. The Bay Area Panthers were eliminated, one of my favorite teams. And now here comes the controversy, all right? San Diego Strike Force taking on the Arizona Rattlers. That's why I call them the Rats, and I figured they'd be the ones. It was 48-46. I believe 48-46. The Arizona Rattlers lose. Let me double check that score though, guys. Let me double check that score. I wrote it down. I think they lost by 1, but they lost says the series by lost by 2. But I got that pick right. Again, I don't like the Rats. I don't like them. I don't like the Arizona Rattlers at all. So, bringing that up, there's a controversy in the game. The Arizona Rattlers actually filed a formal complaint and protest of the results of the game. And after investigation by the Indoor Football League, after the Indoor Football League did their investigation, they determined that they weren't going to change the results of the game, but they did agree that there was a missed call. I think a couple players were offsides or went offsides before the ball was snapped. I don't know if it was on the strike force side. Yeah, basically because Arizona is protesting it or creating a complaint. So, controversy in the Indoor Football League. The Indoor Football League, as a commissioner, did release a statement saying they do admit that after further review that the officials missed a call, basically missed an offsides call that could have affected the game, but they do not. I think they were referencing the NCAA rules that, or they try to mirror the NCAA not all the time, but in some cases. So basically, they're not going to change the results of the game. The San Diego Strike Force win the game, but they do admit that there was a missed call. Again, I don't like that as a player. Even though my team, the San Diego Strike Force, won, I got the pick correct. I'm happy for my Strike Force, or for the Strike Force. One of my favorite teams in the Indoor Football League as of now. I don't like when they get it wrong. Even if it helps the team my team or the team I'm rooting for, I don't like when they get the rules wrong, because you never know that can come back and bite you in the ass, because they can get the rules wrong on you, and then you're going to be pissed off. So I understand. Again, I don't like the Rattlers. I don't like their coach. They are a dynasty franchise. Great fucking championship caliber team in the Arena Football League. And then when they went to the Indoor Football League, they fucking won the title when their first year in the Indoor Football League and all that. So, and they won. I think they have two other titles already in the Indoor Football League. So that being said, some fans can say they got screwed. It wasn't fair. It's not right. Again, it's not right. They can't make it right. All they're doing is admitting that the officiating missed a offsides call that could have affected the game, of course. But that being said, the results are the results. San Diego Strike Force drop and shock the world, defeat the Arizona Rattlers, and move on to, I got that pick right, and move on to the Western Conference Finals. All right, so that's it. That's my thoughts on that. Again, I feel that way. As a fan, I wouldn't want that to happen against my team, so I want them to get the call right, even if it goes against my team. Even my team, they scored a touchdown, and then the replay review shows that it was wrong. They fucked up. Fine, take it away. But I want that same consistent calling on both sides, not no bias shit. So it is what it is. The San Diego Strike Force get the job done, eliminating the Arizona Rats from playoff contention, and that's it. So I went 3 for 1. So I got 3 picks right and 1 pick wrong. That was my Bay Area Panthers. Couldn't get it done. So let's move on to the conference championship games. Today is Friday, August 8th. And a conference championship game is going down. That is the Western Conference Championship game between the San Diego Strike Force and the Vegas Nighthawks, taking place in Nevada. The Vegas Nighthawks are the home team. And your homie Arenavincent's got to go with the San Diego Strike Force to continue to drop bombs and continue to shock the world. They will be the Western Conference champions of the 2025 Indoor Football League season and playoffs. I'm taking the San Diego Strike Force to defeat the Vegas Nighthawks and move on to the national championship game representing the Western Conference. I believe, again, these games are hard hitting. If the San Diego Strike Force can put up 48 or at least 40 against the Rattlers, I think they can do that against the Nighthawks. I'm taking the San Diego Strike Force to do what they got to do and win, and that's it. Again, my favorite team, so there's a bias there. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, it is going down tomorrow, August 9th, Saturday. It's between the Green Bay Blizzards and the Quad City Steamwheelers. But your homie Arenavincent is taking the Green Bay Blizzard to do it and get it done and become Eastern Conference champions and move on to the national championship game. So I'm taking the Green Bay Blizzard over Quad City Steamwheelers, and I'm taking the San Diego Strike Force over the Vegas Nighthawks. That's it. That's all. Who do you got? If you agree, disagree, that's the comment section is for. Again, I wasn't able to watch all the games live in progress, but these are my picks. I'm going to make them. Today is Western Conference Championship Day, and I got these picks out. No cheating here before the game started. Let's go Strike Force. Let's go Green Bay Blizzard. That's it, and that's all. Indoor Football League 2025 playoffs, conference championship games. Those are my picks. Once again, in the West, San Diego Strike Force. In the East, Green Bay Blizzard. And that's it. That's all. Again, thank you for exploring the arena we call life. Your homie Arenavincent, Vincent365 production. You do give me a like, give me a share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Link in the description to the podcast as well on all my social media. And also please support these leagues out here, not only for the players, but also for the coaching staff, for the trainers, for the equipment people, for the referees, for the people working in the front offices, people working in sales. And if these events are being televised live, people on the producing side, and either to get their foot into the business or to keep their foot in, or to keep themselves in the business. That's why I support these leagues, not only for the players, but for anybody, male, female, people who want to be involved in sports entertainment. This is either a leg up, a foot in the door, or just to keep themselves in this business. That's why you got to support these sports leagues. That's it, and that's all. Peace.